Good morning and welcome. This reading is coming to you from Nexwlelexm in the unceded territory of the Squamish First Nation. We'll be reading for the energies of the week ahead from the 7th today until the 14th coming up. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here to do a reading for the highest and greatest benefit of myself and everyone else who is listening to this reading now and in the future. I invite my higher self and the higher selves of all those who will be listening to be present to facilitate this exchange and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible for the highest and greatest good of all concerned. I'd also like to invite an overlighting angel of communication to facilitate this exchange and make sure it's all happening in a good way. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of light, love, wisdom, beauty, healing, upliftment, joy, peace, clarity, inspiration, anything that is in our collective heart and mind at this time. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that does not match these high frequencies is welcome to go now. I'm hoping you all had a good week. Let's see what's coming up for us now. Okay, recent past influence is waning, continues into our present, into our future. Here we have the Queen of Wands. That's that creativity, inspiration, passion. The energies of the Queen is the feminine qualities, the guided by intuition, by collaboration, by communal participation. No one gets left behind. That kind of energy is what the Queen represents, the feminine aspects. And so the Queen of Wands is all about this fire and passion and sharing one's gifts and doing it in a bigger way and doing it in a way that invites others to collaborate and share and shine as well. Everyone coming forward and feeling seen and heard and affirmed and recognized in their gifts and their talents. These are the astrological symbols, because this is the suit of fires. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So sometimes queens and kings can represent actual people or qualities of people in your experience. In this case, because we're doing a global reading or a general reading, is this sense of these qualities being in our recent past, this energy of inspiration, of being lit up, of letting our creative juices inspire us. And that's carrying us into our present and into our near future. Allowing ourselves to express ourselves, allowing ourselves to communicate and to share what we need to say and how we need to say it. It can also mean that some of those communications have been a little bit volatile, and that's okay. It's maybe not great for harmony, but sometimes things need to be said, and sometimes those things need to be expressed and received. And even if it didn't go well, there's always ways of smoothing it over and patching it up and saving the situation and the relationships. But it is important. It is important right now, especially to have avenues for us to express ourselves, because we're holding a lot. We're all holding a lot. And there's just so much going on. Such fun and games. Okay, the present environment. We have the 8 of Wands signals. We still have lots of communication going on here. So again, this incoming, outgoing words, information, inspiration, exchanging ideas, looking out at the world, signals, being in communication with others, taking in information and allowing it to inspire us, direct us, take us in new directions, or take us further into the directions that are calling to us. This is the energy in our present environment. And of course, we have the symbol of the rose, which is very, very high quality energy. It's the energy of love, This represents the energy of love. When you see them in a deck, that's what it's all about, passion. And so these signals are motivated from a very high place. They're coming from a very high place. When they inspire our enthusiasm, when they inspire our excitement, we know that we're connecting with that which is highest in our hearts. Gee, you would have think I planned the color scheme today, hey? Near future. Sorrow. Yeah. Well, we know we're not out of the woods yet. We have stuff to do. And when you're feeling sad and sorrowful and you're just feeling like it's all too much, just breathe. Just breathe. Just be there. It's okay. You're not going to be there forever. We're not going to be here forever. Everything is changing, yes, and it can feel overwhelming at times. And it's okay. We're getting through this. We're moving through this. This feels like a lot of adversity. You see these three swords coming at this figure who's just languishing and all these dark thoughts. We all fall in the hole. It's just important not to stay there. And when we recognize we're in the hole, again, being kind to ourselves and just going, yeah, I'm in the hole. Oh, well. And how long am I going to stay here for? And when you can be objective about where you are and what you're doing and recognize that you aren't your feelings are simply an experience that you're having, you can always reframe and take a new perspective and go from that new place into a new opening for yourself. So in the near future, I think this feeling of it's this energy of kind of how much to bear. I can't bear it, too much to bear. And just reminder that it's okay to just recognize what you're feeling, make friends with it. It's okay, but don't dwell there. Just give yourself permission to have the feelings, recognize that's all they are. They're clouds on your sky, and they will move on. And so will you, and we'll keep going. The foundation of the reading, why we're having this reading this week, this energy of sacrifice, this energy of a lot of emotions with the sacrifice, the giving over, the grieving of the old, the grieving of what was. I watched a video last night and on YouTube about something that had happened about a year ago, and it was so strange to see so many people out doing so many things together and having such a lovely time without even thinking about it. And just the sadness about where we are standing right now. And I believe we will come out of it. It will be fine. But just this feeling of what is lost. Again, it's okay. It's okay to have these feelings. It's okay. They're part of our experience as being a human being, and it's fine. And it's okay too to not get stuck in them. It's okay to recognize that these are transient experiences that we're having and loving ourselves through them, being patient with ourselves, and allowing ourselves also to redirect our energy towards what we do want. Because that's the thing about any kind of contrast or sadness or strong emotion, is that the opportunity is to recognize what we do want in that moment. Once we've had the time to have the feeling, to recognize we're having the feeling, to breathe with it and just be there, let it go, we can also use that as a powerful leverage to redirect our energies towards what we do want. So the foundation of this week is just this energy of sacrifice, this energy of sadness, this energy of grieving, this energy of letting go and being in this feeling state. And again, I just encourage you to just be really kind with yourself and loving with yourself. Treating yourself as recognizing in yourself the small child who's sad and needs some love and kindness and support through that emotion might be a helpful way to reframe your experience and help you to choose a way of being kind to yourself that is kind rather than self-destructive or self-punishing. maybe going to bed a little bit earlier, maybe really trying to eat just healthy food for a little while, and avoiding overindulging in anything like sugar or alcohol or other substances. Just being kind to yourself and your body, your heart and your mind. So there we are. How we need to conduct ourselves. Ooh, I got these fire cards. Victory, 6 of Wands. So this energy of persevering, of using the contrast to clarify what we want and then moving in that direction. So this is what this card is telling us, how we need to conduct ourselves, is to move towards the things that light us up, move towards what inspires us, give ourselves permission to spend time in these places, focusing on these things, because that really will light us up, that will really nurture us and feed us and help with these heavy things, because they're going to happen. It's just part of our experience as humanity. As contrast is our opportunity. The ups and the downs, the downs lighting and contrasting the ups, helping us to clarify what we prefer, and so that we are better able to redirect our energy towards the things that we want. So again, the position is how we need to conduct ourselves, and it's despite what might be going on, picking ourselves up and continuing on the journey, looking towards the victory, looking towards the light, looking towards the inspiration and the enthusiasm, giving our attention to that, celebrating the small victories, celebrating the small goods that come our way, the good people, the good things, keeping our energy and attention on the positive, on the good. Rising higher. How others are going to be. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of wands. Okay, so a lot of fire energy this week. Initiation. This is the first card of the wand deck, the first card in this suit of fire, inspiration, creativity, passion, communication, all of this. So from others, we can expect this sort of new beginning energy, this new spark energy. Again, this idea of signals of incoming from others. Aces are like acorns. They grow into oak trees. They grow big, they grow strong and powerful. And this, of course, as I said, is in the realm of fire, the realm of inspiration, creativity, and passion. These are like pebbles. Other people are going to be dropping these amazing pebbles into your pond and creating these ripples of inspiration, of creativity, and passion. This is what you can expect from others. You're going to see others doing those things that light them up, or being inspired will inspire others. I mean, we are inspiring each other. This is what this card is about, is this opening to possibility, this opening to this greater opportunity to express ourselves. So again, this communication, this expressing ourselves, and using creative outlets as containers for our expression, whether that's art making, whether that's music making, whether that's movement and dance, or plays even. The mediums that call to you. Use them, leverage them. And for some of us, that might look different than the usual art forms. It might be some other form that just totally inspires us and lights us up. So just recognizing that this is the energy that will be coming, what we can see from others. And because we're another in somebody else's life, just recognizing that we may be there to inspire them as well. Okay, and the outcome, we have Princess of Swords. So the Princess of Swords, this is about messages. This is about, again, like babies, new starts, sort of that newness, that new quality of energy. In this image, you see how she's got a letter and she's reading it quite enthusiastically. She's excited about what she's received. So this is the outcome. We're moving towards incoming information that is, it's in the suit of swords, which is air. This is ideas and action. So this is receiving incoming that is interesting to us, engaging to us. She doesn't look upset. She looks excited and inspired and happy about the information coming to her. So the outcome of this week, or what we're moving towards, is this new incoming, again, the realm of ideas, the realm of action, the suit of air, the mind, newness on this level, newness, and maybe a new perspective that refreshes everything else about our lives. So moving towards this fresh outlook, fresh perspective, that's what we're coming towards. So we have this energy of creativity and passion from last week that's sort of coming in, and it's been inspiring us and lighting us up. And in the near future, we might fall in the hole. Just a warning, heads up, that this wonderful expression and creativity, this sort of incoming inspiration, has been really good for us. And again, things happen. We fall in the hole. We have a little bit of a setback. The contrast is great because that felt pretty good, but this is not so good. And the fear, right? This looks kind of fearful. Just being kind with ourselves. But I also want to say, you're not indulging the negative emotion. This doesn't mean to wallow when I say to be kind to yourself, because that isn't kind. Just recognizing where you are and loving yourself for being there, and giving yourself what you need. If you just need some rest, or you need to get outside for a walk and do something that's kind for yourself to help yourself shift, awesome. But I'm suggesting that doing self-care things that are truly self-care, rather than falling in a hole and exacerbating it by feeding yourself either consciously or nutrition-wise with things that don't feed you in a good way. Just be mindful. Be mindful about what you're choosing, where you're giving your attention. Again, we have this tremendous possibility space in front of us. We get to sample life. We get to choose what we want to take in from life. And that means the bad, if you want to call it that, or the not life enhancing, let's use that instead, versus life enhancing. You're the judge of your own life. You are the discerner of your own life. What is life enhancing to you and what isn't? If you find yourself in a position where you are feeling low emotionally, that's not the time to choose things that are not life enhancing, because you'll just simply go further into the hole. It's pretty simple, really. When you're in the hole, look for that which is life enhancing, which will feel like it's nourishing you far more deeply. And unplug from things if you have to. Unplug from social media, unplug from the news, unplug from people who are contributing you to you feeling at the effect of the world. Take a break. It's okay. It's totally okay. Here we have this energy of sacrifice, this feeling of emotional overwhelm of what's been lost, and that's okay too. It's part of the grieving process that we are collectively going through, and it's okay to have these feelings. There's nothing wrong with it. It's part of our human heritage, is to have feelings. But a distinction that I find really helpful is to remember that we are not our feelings. Our feelings are simply an experience that we have. They're like the clouds that pass over the sky, and we are the sky. So when we have these strong feelings come up, whether they're affirming or they feel not so good, just recognize that they're temporary. They will change. They will go, and it's okay. It's okay to be wherever we are, but always be kind to yourself. Always choose what is life-giving to you to help yourself through it. How we need to conduct ourselves, this card of victory, to give our attention towards the things that light us up, the things that inspire us, to continue to let that nourish us and feed us, despite what might be going on in the bigger picture, in the bigger world. Because again, the interpretation of the media is just that, interpretation. And I would love to see our news people focusing on the good that's happening in the world, all the wonderful things that are blooming and transpiring and happening on the planet, all the great solutions that are coming our way. But alas, that is not how our current media model is structured. It's all about the shock and awe and fear. Keeps you glued to the telly though, doesn't it? In any case, choosing to give your attention to what makes you feel good. That's a really powerful tool and can really help you to stay stable and resilient and adaptable and focusing on the good that we want to pull into the world, rather than giving your energy and life force to the things that didn't work in the past and still don't work, which is why they're falling apart. It's all good. We get to choose. We're part of the change that's happening right now. How others are going to be, always remembering that we are another in somebody else's life. Initiation, inspiration, new starts, acorns of creative possibility, new beginnings in the realm of communication, finding our voice, and allowing each other to have our voice. You know, it's all good. It might be scary to hear what other people say, but it's just something that they're saying. And we each need to have our voice. We need to be able to express what's happening for us, what we're seeing, what we're feeling, and allow it to be heard. That's one of the kindest things we can do for each other, is just to hear each other out. There's so much going on. Gosh, we're all processing so much. And to kindly hear another while they try and figure something out, that's a real blessing and a real gift. So receiving each other's messages, receiving each other's communications, and just being kind about it. From it, the new is being born. From those communications, from that working things out, newness is being born, new beginnings. It's a good thing. It really, really is. And the outcome, incoming messages in the realm of ideas and action, possibility spaces for new action that comes from an inspired and uplifted perspective. As I said, her face is happy. She's receiving good messages. There's the rose there, always that energy of love, and trusting that even though things are being delivered to us in a way that makes it seem terrible and horrible, and you know, we're in a in a terrible place, what's true is we get to choose our interpretation of reality. And the situation is what it is, one way or the other. So you can choose to be half empty about it, or you can choose to be half full about it. You can choose to be optimistic or pessimistic. It's a choice. If you choose pessimism, you are not serving yourself or anybody else, because really, how does that help anybody? How does that help move us forward? How does that help us resolve any problems? Truly. If you choose to be optimistic, you help to make your relatedness to others, your community, your situation, your community. You're choosing to add positive energy to your relationships with others, which is a blessing in this time. Let's face it. Anyone who is a source of positive light and love at this time is a gift to the rest of us. So thank you for your service. That's pretty amazing. We get to choose. Remember that. Any moment, choose. How are you responding to life? Are you reacting? Are you responding? Responding is that proactive, deliberate choice. Reacting is sort of the knee-jerk, kind of lower level animal consciousness. We get to choose to be intelligent here, emotionally intelligent. We're growing up, people. This is what it's all about. Okay. There's your lecture for the week. So be kind. Be kind to yourself. That's the theme. Be kind and choose always what gives you more life. What is life affirming? What is life expanding for you? Choose it. I'm going to choose a card now because I get to. That's our little card to grow on this week. Because, you know, I think we could use it. See what it is. Hopefully it's affirming. But again, we always have choice. How we're going to interpret it. How are we going to see it? How are we going to affirm it? That's our choice. Our emotional intelligence gives us that opportunity. Okay. What do we need to know for this week? So talking about emotional intelligence, here's the dude. He and the queen embody the maturation of the suit of hearts. This is all about emotional intelligence. This is all about knowing about the heart, knowing about emotions, knowing about intuition, knowing about connecting with others, relationships, anything having to do with the heart. And this is the king. The king is the masculine aspect of these qualities. So our card to grow on this week is all about being emotionally mature, being a master in the emotional realm. We're all going to have feelings, but it doesn't mean we have to be at the effect of those feelings. And this is a reminder from this card. But just as we have our feelings and we may feel bummed out, we get to be emotionally mature about it. So there's some aspect of ourselves that is down. We can be kind to that part of ourselves, can't we? We can nurture and love that part of us that's having a hard time, but always with the expanded awareness of that's not all that we are. We are much broader than this. And bringing in more of that broader consciousness to address every single situation that we find ourselves in. So this is our card to grow on this week, this card of expanded consciousness, of intentionality, of practicality. This is the suit of hearts, as I said, so it has to do with emotions, but it's about being practical about our emotions. It's about doing what's appropriate. A king does what's right for his people, ideally, correct? And so that's what we want to do for ourselves. We want to do what's right for us. It may not be what we want to do, but it's what's right for us. Again, this idea of emotional intelligence, of emotional maturity, of making wise choices rather than wallowing in the pit. Yes, we all like to wallow, but there are times when we need to, pull ourselves out of the pit, clean up, and move on. So the king is reminding us of all of those qualities of leadership, of emotional intelligence, of being practical, of not being at the effect of our emotions, but understanding what they are and understanding how they work in our lives, that they're tools for us to clarify what we do prefer. And then again, our choice is we get to move in the direction of what we want then, when we leverage the information that our emotions are giving us. So this is our card to grow on, folks. Love yourself, be kind to yourself, and keep going. Make the decision to be kind and nourish yourself and keep going. It's what we all have to do. Keep calm and carry on, right? Lots of love, everybody. Creator, thank you for this opportunity to be of service. I am grateful for each and every person who is listening to this call, and I send love and light out to each and every one of you, that you may be blessed wherever you are standing in your life, that you may have the clarity, the wisdom, and the discernment to make the best choices for you at this moment in your life, wherever you're standing. I am so grateful for the light that is on this planet. I am grateful for each one of you who's choosing to hold more light in your field. That is such a wonderful gift that we can give to each other as we move through this dark time. Thank you, Creator. Thank you to all those who are here facilitating this exchange. The reading is at an end. Much love and light. Have a wonderful week, everybody. I'm actually going to be on holidays. I'm hoping I'll be able to do a reading. I'm just not sure that's going to happen. If it doesn't, I will be back in a little while. Probably the end of September. The end of August. I know I will be definitely back here at my computer, but I'm going to try it remotely too. So you might get a glitchy reading somewhere from the road. If you don't, you know why. Lots of love, everyone. Bye for now.